All right, are we ready?
Yeah, we're
ready.
ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We wound them up now. I'm a little bit nervous, but.
Okay, all right, easy.
What is up?
What? We drinking tequila? So what are you doing?
No, I don't drink alcohol. I swear to God, I don't drink. I don't drink.
You guys
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie A audio experience with IFTV. We got a lot to talk about this week. Antonio, first off, how you feeling? We've got a beautiful gift from our friend Peter over here in the background.
Thanks.
What do you think about that?
Hey, Peter and I mean, as far as we are, we're very good friends. We're cheering for the wrong team. I mean, he likes to cheer for Inter. I like AC Milan. But what counts on that shirt is Cassano. That's the name. The shirt doesn't mean anything.
Legend.
The shirt, I can take it to like a toilet. But the number 99 with that number, with that name on is what counts.
Guys, if anyone's listening on audio form right now, Peter brought a Cassano jersey, but not just any Cassano jersey. A Cassano jersey from the team that he loves since he was a kid, the team that he's a fan of, the colors that he bleeds. What are they, Peter?
I think Inter, right?
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but guess what, Pete?
What?
Where did he have the all of his success and playing in Serie A? He had an AC Milan.
All of his success.
All of it.
Anyway.
In Bali, of course, in Bali.
Good way to start it off. You gonna wear that jersey even though it's Inter?
I'll wear it.
You wear it?
Oh, we got the derby coming up. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll wear that.
Wait. Didn't we say that we were gonna make a bet for the
Let's do
derby?
it.
Between
Let's
you
do
two,
it.
the loser, the
We did
winner,
say that.
and the loser,
Yeah,
you have to wear the opposite jersey. And if it's a tie, you both got to wear the other jersey.
Kissing the crest.
I'm wearing
You're
it.
wearing
Kissing
it?
the crust, okay, guys?
Are we gonna allow Antonio to wear this
I
one?
want like a Van Basten Milan jersey, but something nice.
And no
Not gonna
drawing
wear-
this
or
one either. You
Shevchenko,
gotta.
Or
or,
Shevchenko,
you know, a classic one.
We'll see what I have for you.
You're already thinking about losing, Peter. You already think that Inter's gonna lose?
I'm giving the option. You know, I'm just trying to make him feel good.
I'll get you a bandana shirt.
Oh, I like that.
Banda.
Wanda, sorry.
Wanda?
With the W, right?
With the W or with the
Doppia vu.
Doppia vu. Wanda.
Anyway, the week started off really well for all of us. Our Serie A teams in the Champions League, all successful. 4 games, 4 wins for the Serie A teams. First time that it's happened since 2005 that we've all got a win. And I thought it was a pretty great moment. Juve against Young Boys, right? Juve Young Boys without Ronaldo. But Juve were, able to do it. Dybala, 3 goals, hat-trick. His first hat-trick in the Champions League, and the 4th player for Juventus to ever score a hat-trick after Inzaghi, Del Piero, and Arturo Vidal. So good moment for him at a time where Dybala has needed, I feel like he's had a little bit of weight on his shoulders since sitting on the bench a few times. So I thought it was an important match for him to get a few goals. Anybody else?
Yeah, I thought that Allegri, when you think that Dybala was not doing that good, Allegri puts him in, the guy scores 3 goals. So that's something to do and
With
to say with Allegri.
Oh.
And then the other interesting thing is the formation that he put in. He's not afraid to change, and he's not afraid to try new things. So he played with 3-4-1-2 with Bernardeschi behind the 2 forwards. And Bernardeschi were a nice position behind the 2 forwards in the middle. Not only you get a lot of balls, but you can also go to the right, you can go to the left, and you can go to the center. And he did a great job. And if we were given a couple of passes, the last touch, he made a mistake. Otherwise, it would have been they would have scored another 2-3 goals. So good job by Juventus, good job by Allegri.
Bernardeschi, Allegri said after the match, there was actually a little bit of controversy. There was a video of Allegri on the bench. I don't know if you guys saw. And he said in his press conference, he said, listen, I had to twist Bernardeschi's ear a little bit because he doesn't know when to pass yet. And then there was a video of Allegri saying, this is not Fiorentina anymore. You need to learn to pass the ball. Ooh. So people got a little bit upset.
But listen.
Even the mayor of Florence.
Yeah, but listen.
Oh, really?
The mayor of Florence got upset.
First of all, congratulations to the Juventus winning against the Young Boys. I didn't know that it was a team to begin with.
Oh, the old ladies, they really.
Yeah, the old ladies, Young Boys.
Bambini.
I know. So these Young Boys, it's like a team that was just it's been brought into this league, or they just
they won the Swiss league.
They've been there. They've been there for ages. Just because you don't
never
know.
heard about it. So tip my hat to Dybala, but Dybala doesn't need Allegri to show what he's capable to do. So to take anything away from my friend Gaetano, Allegri didn't do anything to make Dybala score 3 goals. The guy he's a superstar. So Allegri doesn't do anything. I mean, it's not because of
He doesn't do
Allegri.
anything. He doesn't do
Allegri
anything.
got nothing to do with that. Somebody,
Nothing.
Somebody of that caliber, he's got game and he's got game. End of the story. Allegri, that doesn't have any. And actually, you know what? If you guys don't want it, we'll take him.
Who? Allegri?
No. We'll take
Who doesn't want
We'll take
Dybala?
That's what I'm saying. You guys will put him on the bench. and
Who
you-
doesn't want
We already
Dybala?
gave you your best player. We already gave you our best player.
You discipline, you know.
You don't want Juventus players. They're not that good.
I'll take Dybala. I'll take
Yeah,
Dybala.
they're not that good.
If you guys don't want it, you can, you know. The shield we gave it to you, okay, as a Christmas present. You can keep it now.
Yo, your best player comes from Juventus, so I would stay a little bit quiet on that one.
Okay.
If you want Dybala, maybe.
Who's my best player?
Higuain.
Cutrone?
Higuain.
Oh, wow. I thought it was Cutrone, my best player.
Nah. Anyway, for Juve it was good, and I mean, just to say something about that, Pirlo even said that Allegri is one of the best just because of the way that he's able to handle the players. So I think at a team like Juve, where every position is the best, one of the best in the world, it's about handling them and making sure all of, Mandzukic, Ronaldo, all these guys, we've already talked about this before, that they're able to play and they play at their best. Next one, PSV, Inter.
It was tougher than we all thought, I think.
Classic.
Peter, go.
No,
What's on your
definitely.
mind?
No, I think Inter definitely showed times of real class. Like they started actually one of the better games that they played, but again we got caught out losing 1-0. But we were able to come back, and the same way in Tottenham, we showed our resilience. Nainggolan had, the best game, I think.
He had a close one too, right? The one that he didn't score, that one right outside by like a couple of inches.
And Politano also always has been impressing me. I'm surprised he didn't get a call up, but we'll discuss that afterwards. National team. Andanovic, there was a little controversy there, right?
Yeah.
He came out, touched the ball with his hand outside
We got so
the
much
box.
hate for
They
that.
wanted a red card
I
for
don't-
him, apparently.
Yeah, I don't.
Actually, nothing to take away from Inter, but the goal was offside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no,
it's okay.
they can.
We take
Yeah,
it.
it goes against us a lot. Not to be hypocrites, but
No,
Spalletti
well,
did it.
that's
Put the VAR or
Champions
what do you want to
League
do?
fault.
Yeah,
Too.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
Champions League
No,
fault.
no, good job,
Offside.
good job by Inter. To after they were
Yeah.
down 1-0 to come back, and I think Icardi is showing, his leader Perisic is playing good.
Icardi waited so long to play in Champions League, and he's just like enjoying it.
Yeah, 2 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
Also,
Come on.
considering the group,
Yeah.
to have 6 points.
Yep.
And Tottenham has 0.
Exactly.
Very, very big.
They lost 4-2 to Barcelona.
Barcelona.
At home. Tottenham
So
was home.
This is
No,
what this was one of the
you're
hardest
doing very
groups.
good.
No.
You're doing very
Yes.
well.
You guys on the
They
top,
still-
right?
Oh, Barcelona is goal differential.
Okay, sorry.
But but the point is they're there, and they have their destiny in their hands in the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's just important for them to, now that they got a bunch of new guys, we're starting to play. We got already wins in a row. I don't know how many now. What is it? 5?
Yeah,
Five
yeah,
or
I gotta
six,
check.
5 or
think.
6
Yeah,
wins
yeah.
in a row.
Yeah.
Even though you're
I
not
told you
playing,
you're going to get the triplete at the
He's gonna jinx us.
No, Inter's been doing really well, and against even PSV is a team that some people looked over in this group, but playing against the Dutch, it was always going to be tough. And it was in
it was
Holland.
away.
Holland,
Yeah.
yes, that's right.
So no, good job by
Van
Inter.
Balmo is the coach of
Van
PSV.
Bommel, right? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's a good player. He used to be a very good player, that guy.
Yeah.
So,
There was something I wanted to say about Inter, but I can't remember right now. Anyway, Roma 5-0 Victoria. Wow, amazing!
Pretty good.
This is number 1. Kluivert, first goal Champions League, youngest player for
Roma,
Champions League for Roma in the Champions League.
To score in the Champions League.
Dzeko hat trick, another hat trick. First hat trick as a Roma player in the Champions League.
and a Bosnian also.
Okay, a Bosnian too. I could have guessed that one, but I wouldn't have guessed that Roma
Yeah, exactly.
is the first.
I was extremely
Listen,
surprised.
Dzeko is a guy who, Peter, before you were really on the podcast, we talked about Dzeko a lot. Remember in January where we were saying, is Dzeko, should they sell him, should they not sell him? And I remember you were very keen on saying, keep Dzeko. And while he's criticized by so many fans, especially over the years, this guy in the Champions League, he knows how to score.
He's a monster.
He really knows how to score.
And also throw something in. It's the largest win for Roma in UCL history. 5-0.
That's sick.
So there's 3 record-breaking things in one game, which is
Go to Francesco. I always said,
that's true.
you know, I said it.
I said
That De Francesco is a good coach.
Do we think? Do you think
Look how
that
quickly
Roma
things
still has a
change.
chance to move forward on the champions? You know, given the fact that they lost the first game against Real Madrid 3-0.
No, 100%.
It's Real Madrid. I mean,
And then what do we have on the draw with the Roma?
CSK Moscow.
Yeah.
Which
Real Madrid
beat
lost to 1-0.
CSK of Moscow and beat.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good.
they beat Madrid.
So
Oh, Madrid
Actually,
also
it's a
lost to
good loss.
Alaves
Yeah,
at
it's
the
not-
weekend too. They're not having a good moment right now.
But the
Either
point is,
way.
yeah, Roma's got it was a big statement game. They needed the win. They're able to do it 5-0 at home, right? So Dzeko, I always think is a world class forward. Like every team, everyone wants to always say, "Oh, the striker doesn't score enough goals." You know, there's a bunch of Inter fans that look at Icardi and say, "Oh, he misses the easy ones, but he makes the hard ones." You know, or Milan fans that think that Higuain, I don't know.
No, I'm talking about Cultrone.
Oh, okay. But
Higuain is learning from Cultrone.
the point is the striker's gonna miss a couple of goals, but you can tell Dzeko's got class.
Yeah.
The way he holds up the ball, the way he's able to move for a guy at his size is unbelievable.
His
Dzeko-
goal against
Dzeko.
Chelsea,
So
man, I always
skillful.
remember about
Oh
that.
my
That was
God,
sick.
that was
Yo, but
incredible.
Dzeko, I think he's the second highest goal scorer after Totti in the Champions League, and I'm laughing because I know he's got more than Cassano for Roma in the Champions League, but
Cassano's
leave
top
it.
10, I think.
Yeah, he's top 10. I think he's got 4 or 5. Dzeko's got, I don't remember how many, 12, 13. And I think Totti's at 17. Anyway, he's also, I think, 9th highest goal scorer for Roma in their history, which is, I mean, it says a lot about Dzeko. It doesn't feel like he's been there that long, but he always scores
I just
goals.
checked. Dzeko 13 in the Champions League, Totti
13.
17, and Cassano 5.
Me.
Listen, if Cassano will be playing a couple more years in Roma, we'll have 30 goals over there.
30.
Where'd you get 30
I'm
from?
telling you.
I'm telling you.
Anyway, last thing I just wanted to say about this game, it's one of those that, you know, we're talking about Roma, you know, we post a lot, and everybody's, oh, come on, but look who you're playing. Listen, Champions League is Champions League.
Exactly.
Real Madrid loses to CSK in Moscow,
And
where
you think it
if
happens.
CSK in Moscow won 5-0, everyone would say, oh, wow, you're only playing CSK in Moscow.
Real
So,
Madrid won 5-0.
yeah, sorry. But
Imagine they
so
won 5-0.
perspective is important, and winning in the Champions League should never be downplayed, whether it's young boys, Victoria, whoever it is. So
You know what it is also in Champions League? These are all teams that have won. So they feel good about themselves. So you're always going to have a tough game
Confidence
because
is
a
very
lot of the
important,
time
right
it's
there.
psychology
Mhm.
It's true.
and,
That's true.
and then everything else. So,
So this
that's why
Lopete-
it's always tough.
This Lopetegui is not what they actually.
he's got I think a foot out of Real Madrid already.
Wow.
If you talk to some of their fans, we were talking to Miguel.
There's a
He
fact.
hates him.
I think it
Hates
was
him.
Real Madrid haven't scored
Yep.
a single goal in their past 4, maybe
4 games.
5 games.
4
Against
games.
La,
4 games.
La Liga.
And they never, they haven't done that
They
when
haven't scored a single goal in the past 4 games.
when
which
Ronaldo
is
was there. It never happened.
This
It's
never
the first time
happened when Ronaldo was there,
since
yeah.
before. Crazy. Anyway,
Now the
guys,
next game,
let's talk about the
Biggest
wow.
Champions
the
League
biggest one.
the biggest, the best. I am so happy to be wrong right now. We were watching this game. Us three were watching this game. Excuse me. And if you watched on our stories we posted when they scored, it was an unbelievable feeling. Not only for Napoli.
No.
If Napoli,
Oh, boy.
if not only for Napoli to win the match, but to do so in such a way for how they won the match, it was so convincing that there was not a single doubt. It was the first time in Liverpool, and I don't remember how many years, that they didn't take a single shot on target against Napoli. Unbelievable match, 1-0 against Liverpool.
And they were unlucky. Napoli really dominated.
Hit the post.
They hit the post. They missed another chance. We saw this together, Gaetano. What you think of the match?
Yeah, they dominated, definitely. They dominated the game. They had the ball possession. They were playing very good. I think that Carlo Ancelotti did a fantastic job putting the team and the way they were playing, the attitude, and that goal couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, it was almost 88 or 90th minute, and they were still pressing, and they still believed that they were going to score. And who else but Insigne, who Ancelotti has put him always closer to the goal, and he's been coming through every game. I mean, I think he's been scoring every game.
8 goals this season?
So, good job, very, very good job by Napoli and by Ancelotti.
Got a question. Wait, Marco, one second. Got a question for you. Do you think that Ancelotti is taking Mertens' role and switch it with Insigne? Because that's what Mertens used to play mostly under Sarri. Mertens was right there, right in the middle, and Insigne coming down from the left. Now you see Insigne actually.
And Insigne, is
the
more
box and
closer to the
Mertens.
goal.
He's like a second striker.
They changed our formation now. I think we talked about it in the last one. It's to 4-4-2. He said he conserves his energy. He doesn't have to go back and defend and plays close to the goal.
That's
So that's why he likes
Insigne
the
said. Well,
formation
you noticed this a few weeks ago, and he said Ancelotti put me closer to the goal. He said, so I don't need to spend my energy running back and defending. I could just focus on putting the ball in the back of the net. But also, besides Insigne, Koulibaly was unbelievable. This guy, I mean, we've known he's a monster.
Wait, Marco, 1 second. This was actually Insigne's best start to the first 5 games in his career, and all of his career.
Yeah.
So it's paying off.
The only problem with him is that he never does very well in the Italian national
Sound like
team.
everybody in our comments.
Wait,
Literally, you're those trolls. You would be one of those trolls if you knew the internet.
If Mancini is going to just see what Ancelotti is doing over there, maybe he's going to just tweak the team.
Maybe
to reflect what Ancelotti is doing in Napoli. Maybe he's going to put him right in the middle. And I like the idea that he called Jovinko. Oh my God, I can't wait. I mean, we've been bragging about this kid here for so long. Okay, finally we got somebody that is valuing, Jovinko.
We'll go to it soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Just let's give the credit to Koulibaly real quick, because a guy that's underrated in my opinion, especially Europe. If you see the people who don't watch Serie A, they're all like, "Who is this guy that has Salah in his pocket?" Because Salah was almost passing the ball. Your boy Salah that you love, he was passing the ball to the Napoli players. He started the season bad, and Koulibaly and Raul Biol, and even Ospina did well. Everybody did well. I think Ospina was man of the match, though, if you ask me.
Alan played well.
Ancelotti prepared them well. Great team. I mean, Koulibaly we know already.
Yeah.
As far as like a physical presence,
Unbelievable.
Even Albiol played.
I love him. I really like him. But Napoli, I think the mentality was the most important part. That they were not scared of Liverpool. And I know we've seen them when they played against Real Madrid. They also played a really great match. But also not just playing a great match, but also finishing it off, because it felt like everything that they did, they were only going to grab a tie, especially after Mertens hit the post. What did Ancelotti say? You said he said something funny after the match when Mertens hit the post.
Oh, he said it. Well, if he would have scored, I would have suffered a lot more until the end of the game, because it's good that they scored in the 90th minute.
Let me ask you guys a question. Actually, does this make up for the tie against Red Star? A win against Liverpool.
Yo, if they would have won that match, it would have been such a...
Does it make up for it now?
Yeah, it's still very hard. It's still very hard. No,
I think it makes up for it.
I think for Napoli, even though they're on top, but they have to go at Liverpool and they got to go at PSG, and you need to you need to
grab points there.
To grab points, which is going to be very, very difficult.
We could have ideally we would have said hopefully they have 4 points after 2 games. We would have said like it would have been 3. We would have said they have to have 3. Yeah. It would be great if they had 4. They have 3. They did it in a way that we didn't really.
They have 4.
They have 4. Sorry, they have 4. Yeah. So I mean, we thought it was going to be the reverse. Is what I meant.
In the end, it turns out to be the same thing, and that's something that Napoli now they're looking at retrospect. They say, listen, 4 points after the 2 games that we played, we have a chance. We have a chance to be in second or first place in this group. I mean, Ancelotti has experience winning Champions League, so I really expect that Napoli is gonna come out and play against the Liverpool away, and then also play against PSG. Yeah. The way they played the first game.
I got news for you. I don't see Liverpool moving forward in this.
We'll see. I mean, the most important thing that I like as a defender, Napoli is 0 goals allowed.
There you go.
That's true.
PSG walked all over the Red Star. It left a bitter. It was 6-1. Left a bitter taste.
But PSG was home.
What do you call it? Liverpool beat PSG, so this group is wide open right now.
Yeah. So anyway, talk about your Milan.
Wait. Before they say it, Marco, did we say the stat?
So you're cutting me off.
He's mad because you beat the Greek team.
Wait. AC Milan beat Olympiacos, and the Brooklyn Italian beat Olympiacos. You like that? 7-1.
That's Antonio's Sunday league.
7-1, guys.
7-1.
7-1. We slaughtered them. And Gaetano got so upset during the game because we put up 20-1, and our forward they were feeling sorry for the goalkeeper. So
what were you getting mad at?
No, because they were not scoring.
We missed 4 goals with the open net, and the guy would not shoot.
I feel like that's worse when you do that in a game. Yeah, it's almost more disrespect. It's like, all right, we're gonna get to your line. You score.
You respect the other team.
Yeah, I think that's
so there's a thing after the 4 Champions League matches. So it's like all 4 Serie A clubs won for the first time in a UCL match day since 2005.
Yep.
So all 4 Italian, which is
Very
a
good.
huge news.
We had we had a jump over the Premier League in coefficients. Unfortunately, Lazio didn't pull through with us.
Okay, but going back to
we're up very
to the Champions League, though. Something to say about the Italian coaches. I mean, from Allegri to Ancelotti, they did a great job. Di Francesco, very excellent job. And Spalletti, who I know what you think of him, but all 4 Italian coaches, I mean, they did a great job.
True. Very good. You had to tip your hat to them.
To Spalletti.
To everyone.
I love Spalletti.
Anyway,
Spalletti is my best
go
friend.
to your Milan. Go to your Milan because I know you're anxious.
Number 1, we were
Another
watching,
Italian coach that won.
we were watching the game down here, and Gattuso, of course, is the coach of AC Milan. And I was getting a little nervous. 20 minutes before the end, I mean, we're still down 1-0. I said, how the hell? No, we're down 1-0.
That's what I said, 1-0.
We're losing against Olympiacos. I mean, those guys are a bunch of just dilettanti. So they played very well. I have to be honest with you. Olympiacos did a wonderful job.
I just got them. This was their second team. They were saving their squad for the derby that they played yesterday. It really was. Though. I'm not lying. Most of the team weren't playing.
Oh, weren't playing? Oh,
there was like 5-6 players.
They were
that
probably scared of
playing.
Gattuso.
They were playing Ike. That's why they tied a couple of days ago.
Okay,
continue.
So finally we managed to score with
who scored?
Cutrone, of course, and then Gonzalo. Okay, of course, Gonzalo. He put AC Milan over the top, and again Cutrone, boom, again 3-1.
2 goals.
I love those two together. It was nice to watch them.
I'm telling you,
they're gonna play together.
I do not understand why he makes them. You know what? I think he's afraid that one of them is gonna get injured, or both of them they're gonna be injured, and then
at the same time.
I don't know. Why he's not putting them at the same time into the field? Those guys, they read each other very well. They read each other very well. Cutrone knows how to create space, and Higuain knows how to pass down the ball.
Yeah.
Antonio, I got to show you something.
That would make Higuain have to be a little bit farther away from the goal.
My take is that Higuain is a little bit more selfish than Cutrone. Higuain wants to be the prima donna, wants to be the one scoring all the goals. He wants to be on the
but at the end, Gattuso's got to make the decisions.
Look at this picture. It's from 3-4 years ago. Cutrone took he asked Higuain for a picture when they met each other. He put phenomenal.
Right? Phenomenal.
Yeah. See, and now they're teammates. So
see?
It's a good. You see, he posted this picture years ago when Higuain was at Napoli. I like them two together. I think that they're both have great natural instincts, and I really think that Higuain, Mike, how many goals does he have? Seven goals.
I think 7 and
check what it is. I know we posted it. I think that Higuain just gives that edge to Milan, where if we were here last year, we would say this guy Kalinic, he missed how many chances in front of the net. This guy Andre Silva, come on, when is he gonna break out? I can't Matri. Who else we're gonna say? You finally have a striker who guarantees you goals and who in an instinct can help turn the game around. And that's only a positive for Cutrone to learn from, and that's only a positive for also Higuain to have a lot of balls in. Also Suso's been he's tied for the most assists in Europe. Yeah. Suso's, I mean, we criticize him for always, not always being consistent enough.
Who said that it was not?
We've said that Suso's not the most consistent player.
This season,
the best player in Europe right now.
So let me switch to Higuain. Actually, he has 6 goals in 7 matches, and this is the best ever start of the season
for him,
for any club he played in. So he found the city.
Look at this.
So I think it's Gattuso's.
Who's the leader for AC Milan?
It's both Cutrone and Higuain. Of course, it's Cutrone is the leader.
What did you say?
Higuain.
How many games did Cutrone start?
He didn't start the game.
Oh,
but he comes
okay.
from the bench.
Who started the game? How many?
Comes from the bench and he scores just as many goals as Higuain scores. So who's the leader? How many minutes? Listen, if you do the ratio, minutes to goal scores, Cutrone is the leader.
Who's got 6 goals in 7 games? Higuain is your man. Remember that,
guys.
He's the leader. And look at you, like you gave it as a Christmas present.
I mean, I cannot believe that Juventus gave him up. To tell you the truth, I don't know how you can give up a player like Higuain, the guy who guaranteed to score goals.
I want him to score against the Juventus. Then you're going to say, I want to see your face.
Will he celebrate?
He's still on loan. He's still on loan, so you don't have him.
Listen, I like Higuain. I would have never got rid of Higuain. And the thing that I don't understand is...
I will give you Higuain.
And the thing that I understand is all these guys...
negotiating for that.
All these guys that are on TV, they're saying, oh, yeah, we got Ronaldo, so we have to give up Higuain. Why did you have to give up Higuain? Ronaldo played with Benzema in Real Madrid, and they play very well together. So Benzema and Higuain, to me, they're very similar players. I'm pretty sure that Ronaldo could have played with Higuain.
Last thing to comment on Cutrone, Tuttosport put these the stats of average goals scored at some of these players when they were 20 years old. So in first was Pato, second was Cutrone, then followed by Shevchenko, Messi, Ibrahimovic, Henry, Del Piero, Ronaldo, Drogba, and Totti.
A lot of Milan players, huh?
I know people will say, you know, the ratio, it obviously goes on ratio, but it's still a very high ratio for Cutrone.
I'm telling you,
Considering
this guy's for real.
Future star,
he's got a great natural instinct. He's got a great natural instinct.
Position.
So he was called in the national team, finally?
He was called, but he got sent home.
All right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Not today.
That's okay.
Maybe he's getting himself all oiled up and sharpen up for Inter.
And Romagnoli went home too.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Lazio, right? Lazio.
What you
What
got
are you
there,
gonna say
Lazio?
about
Lazio, unfortunately, it could have been a sweep for the Italian teams in Europe. They lost. I think it was 4-1, 4-3-1 or something.
Yeah, but 2 red cards.
But 2 red cards, yeah, that ruined it.
4-1, yeah.
Who got the red cards? Who got the red cards?
And Basta. I think Basta. Yeah. It wasn't a good match. It was. I don't even know what to
Let's
say.
go.
Immobile.
Serie A.
Yeah.
No remorse for Lazio over here.
Immobile scored, as always. But yeah, not good against Frankfurt that we probably underestimated.
It's still early. They're gonna get out of the group, I think.
Whatever. Just disappointed because we could have had a sweep and we would have been above England one more. Anyway, Serie A. We want to start in Serie A. You want to start with your Milan again?
Why not?
Go ahead. We'll get this one out of the way.
A spectacular game. I mean, I watched the first half.
Who scored again?
Well, he scored. He's the one on the field.
Who was it?
So Higuain. So
The
he's
one
the one
on
that
the
plays. Whoever plays scores.
How many goals?
Okay. I don't know. 2?
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6
Well,
this season?
Well, he scored the first 2 goals. So hey, he's getting paid. He's getting paid good money. Let's stop talking to like if you gave me a favor. Okay, we gave you.
I think the best thing for Higuain is Suso, man. The guy is so good.
They work well together.
I mean, he gave him 2 assists on this game, one better than the other one.
But you know what I think is missing on this whole picture that nobody really has realized about what's going on is Milan. Biglia has picked up the game so much. Biglia now is again at the center of attention. Every ball goes through him again.
And it's also, it doesn't need to be said, but I remember when we were watching against Olympiacos, we were upset, me and you, because Kessie, and you see the difference when Milan plays with Kessie and when Milan does not play with Kessie. There's just a lack of fight.
Different team.
It's such a different team.
I
They're getting good balance.
I heard something. Ibra to AC Milan.
No,
what do you think?
We don't want him.
What do you think?
No way.
Come on.
No way. The guy.
He's a champion.
The guy is shot. He's shot. Why
Shot.
don't you take him? You guys take him. You put him next to Cristiano Ronaldo.
I hear Ibra, that's what they reported. Ibra to AC Milan. They didn't say Ibra to Juventus. They said Ibra to AC Milan. So I want to know what you think.
We don't put Ron at the bench. We're gonna put Ibrahim.
Okay. I just want to know your feeling. That's all. You don't want.
We don't need
okay,
him.
good.
You don't want anybody.
All right.
You didn't want Higuain. You don't want anybody.
Take Ibrahimovic.
You don't want to win.
Would you take Ibrahimovic
At Milan?
Yeah,
Of
no,
course.
Juventus.
What about?
We're talking about 2 different levels right now. Come on.
What about Inter?
I would take him.
Well, actually, play for Inter. He
Milan
play
and
for-
Juventus, yeah.
Okay.
Inter's
So
best
what
side,
about
right?
Inter? Would you take him?
Definitely.
He
You
scored
could
the
always
most
use
there,
another
right?
player like
Yeah, and
Okay.
put him what? Put him on the bench.
that. Put him on the bench. Sure.
Spalletti might play him right back, right?
We actually missing a second shot. He could be a playmaker for us. We don't have that position player.
Why would you not want him at Milan?
Next to Icardi, Ibrahimovic give him all the
if
assists.
you
Oh,
play
that'd
with
be
2
great.
forwards,
Yeah.
You guys are not gonna get
The
him.
guy is
No,
very
they-
selfish. Ibrahimovic is very selfish.
He scores goals.
Well, he scores goals. He wants the ball all the time. He gets upset when
That's
you
what a
know.
striker's supposed to do. What are they supposed to say? No, you take the ball. No, you take it. No, you take it. You guys say
Last
no. I
time
want
you
the
had
ball. and I'm
him,
gonna
that's the
score.
last
I don't
time he won
think
the
I don't think
Scudetto.
Ibrahimovic
Exactly.
can work on the Gattuso. Gattuso is like a team builder. So he doesn't want anybody that is going to disrupt his philosophy.
I don't think it will
of the
happen.
team.
I don't
It's
think.
never gonna
I don't
happen.
think it will
I'm
happen.
telling
well, I'm sure that Maldini and Leonardo they're pretty good evaluating what they need. So I
They
think
don't
that
need-
they'll make
What
the
about
right
you?
decisions.
What would you think about that move?
I think for AC Milan, I think he could help AC Milan.
Why not?
What?
You know,
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
disrupt the.
Oh, disrupt the flow that we are in right now. That's what it would have. You know, you have to disrupt the flow. Listen, I got news for you. You guys better gear up a little bit because AC Milan is an upswing.
Yeah, Milan's been playing really.
They're gonna win the
well.
Scudetto.
Nah, I'm not sure about winning the Scudetto, but they're gonna kick a lot of teams behind.
Are they gonna start with Inter next week?
Maybe with you guys too soon.
No, but we got the next week is
Oh, yeah, definitely.
against
see.
Inter. Your
Yeah.
boy Spalletti.
Next
That's gonna
match.
be the test. Gattuso versus Spalletti.
Oh, I cannot wait to see
No
Spalletti's
excuses.
face.
Listen, did you see Spalletti lately? What the hell is going on with this
What do you
guy?
mean? He's winning.
He's winning against Spalletti. He goes, he's just going in front of
How's
the
it
camera.
go?
What's
What do you
wrong
do?
with
Going
that? He got
77th
3
minute.
points.
The guy, he needs another yellow card or red card. He's thrown out for another 2-3 weeks.
What's wrong with
He never got
Spalletti?
thrown out.
Somebody that never did anything like that in 30 years, all of a sudden now he's getting out of his skin. What the hell is going on with
What's
this
What's
guy?
wrong with that?
What's wrong with
Gattuso
that?
celebrates every
No,
goal.
let's talk about Spalletti. Leave Gattuso alone. This guy's
Leave
crazy.
Gattuso
In front of, he just goes in front of the camera and makes his way
He's
in front
happy.
of the camera. And goes, yeah.
I don't
What
know.
are you doing?
He's celebrating.
Yeah,
He's celebrating, but it's like he's spiteful. It's like he's trying to send a message.
because everyone in whether it be Gazzetta, Corriere, they always want to say something about Spalletti's Inter. So he's saying, listen, we're winning.
But he's trying to send a message to them.
Yeah, there's a message being sent, of course, and he has every right
His
to.
team won.
Exactly, I
So,
agree.
like I don't know.
But I understand you win against Real Madrid or Liverpool or some other team. You're winning against Spal. It's like you won the World Cup.
Spal and
Just behave yourself a little bit.
What is he? What do you want him to do?
Tell him to shut up.
I thought
We need
listen,
enough. We need.
every game is a final. You got 3 points. You should be happy. Doesn't matter how you look at Conte did. Whenever Conte won, even a goal, that guy ran around,
Don't
jumped in the
compare
crowd.
Conte
Why
with
not?
Spalletti, come
They're
on.
both coaches, right?
No.
See, now you're being biased now.
Any guys?
You
Okay.
need another coach, Pete. I have to be honest with you.
Guys, come on. Spalletti's way. Yo, there's nothing wrong with celebrating against Spal. Anyway.
Wait, well, let me just throw something at.
Go.
Let me go back to the Milan game. Milan beat Chievo Verona. Chievo Verona has -1 point in the league. They're thinking about sacking
Oh,
their
God.
coach, and you know who they're thinking of getting? Gianpiero Ventura is very close to
Aye.
signing.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you guys think really quick about this?
we know who we want relegated.
Serie B.
Guys, what do you
Listen,
think?
at this point, I know a bunch of people on Bay 8 where we practice once in a while. They're much better than Gianpiero Ventura. I think they have better options.
Yeah, I agree with
Are they going to
Antonio.
pay him no.
They're gonna pay him. No, he's gonna work for free.
Absolutely.
He's never
I'm
going to be
surprised.
forgiven.
He
this
should
guy,
pay
huh?
Chievo.
It should be definitely should be.
No,
paid.
but I'm surprised they even having
Yeah.
a discussion after just a short time ago.
They already sacked their
Really done
coach.
with-
They already
Literally,
sacked
I
their
know,
coach.
but I'm saying why Ventura? This is so many other.
think they're
Well, we were
close
saying
on that.
Prandelli, right? Prandelli. But actually, you know, it's another cool stat. Pellicer,
Pellicer?
16 years,
Right.
16
Pellicer,
straight years of
Pellicer.
scoring goals.
And he's the sixth oldest Serie A goal scorer ever.
39-year-old.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
He scored a lot of goals, that guy.
Yeah, he
A
always
lot
scores.
versus Milan too.
I know.
No, he always pulls out against the big teams. He always finds his way to go. What else do we have to say? Oh, Cutrone. I had a stat on Cutrone that I wanted to say. 14 games, 8 goals. Not bad.
But
Not
not
bad.
14 full games. 10
Yeah.
minutes here, 5 minutes there.
3 minutes there.
30 seconds.
Everybody gets tired, you know. Maybe AC Milan is not scoring because they bring Cutrone in because otherwise we might risk to tie the game over here.
Let's go to Inter Spal. Since we're talking about Spalletti, we're talking about Inter. You know, kind of a tough match.
Very tough.
It
Right?
Was, it was.
What were you thinking
Yeah.
during that match? Because there was a moment where I was like, "Oh my God, Spal's gonna get a tie over here, if not a win."
Yeah.
Because
I
mean,
saw the last 5 minutes. Oh boy, I was praying. I said, please score.
Wait,
Not
Inter-
because I want Inter to tie the game.
Inter
I
to
wanted
score
to
or
see
Spal to-
Spalletti's face.
Oh, man.
go. Sorry.
Inter score. I know what you want.
What were you
No,
saying?
I mean, after a Champions League game, you have to try to get that energy out and play the game. They started off, they scored the goal. You know, then I guess they stepped back. Keita had the perfect
Oh my
chance.
God.
I don't know
What's
what you're
going
doing.
on?
That was
I don't
a
know what
bad
it is.
You make the
pass.
pass or you take the shot on goal and
He didn't know what
do
to
He
do.
did
nothing.
half.
You know.
He did half.
So I mean, Andanovic made some crazy saves. He's a great goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And Spal at home, they play a very quick football.
Surprising.
Samoa had a lot of trouble with Lazzari.
Yeah.
Right,
They
so-
play a 3-5-2, so they
Yeah,
attack,
they-
defend.
Surprisingly,
really quick.
Spal
It's
didn't.
a good team.
Yeah.
Oh, Antenucci
No, they're
missed the
not
penalty.
Antenucci
Oh,
completely
that's
missed the
right.
penalty.
Miranda had a
team.
horror.
Yeah,
of
that was a
game.
horrible penalty.
So I mean,
Who would you say
given
had
all
horror?
that,
Who'd you think on
Miranda, man. You can foul a player like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. He took him out.
It's
He took him
just
out. Yeah.
Foolish.
It was
For a guy
bad.
of his level
Yeah.
and his experience, you don't do that.
Spal couldn't
Luckily,
believe it.
Antonucci missed, and then Palowski, the ex-Milan, comes in.
Yeah.
Miranda wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
You have to be able to mark
Yeah.
the guy behind you.
It
But
almost became.
It could've been
it
bad.
was tough.
Could've been
But
bad.
you know what? These are the games that you have to win. And surely enough, Icardi came in the clutch.
As
Nice.
always.
A nice ball by Perisic, finds
That was a
Icardi
great
on
finish,
tons of
great
space,
finish.
turns
Yeah.
and places it right in the corner. It's a true goal scorer. These are times where you need your striker to come out when your team is not playing so well, and he was able to score the goals and be a clinical finisher like we know. he is.
Tied with Bobo Vieri on most goals in
Yeah.
Serie A for
Yeah.
Inter.
Yeah.
103.
You know what's
in
great?
Serie A only.
Yeah.
Serie A.
What's great about him is he's really attached to the Inter shirt. That's
Is
what.
he?
Yes, he is.
Did you see the thing that his
I don't think he is.
that Vanda posted? Vanda. That's gonna be his new catchphrase. I don't remember the full quote, but it was just a post from Icardi in like 2012, 2013 when Inter were doing really bad, and he just said, "I can't wait until I really get there with Inter and get there with the Champions League." And so it was nice. It was nice to see that he's successfully doing this, and I think that he's gaining that mainstream attention because there was always that cloud over his head where everyone's like, but you never played in Champions League, but you never did this in Champions League. No, listen, he's playing in Champions League, 2 goals in 2 games. He's doing it in Serie A, and he's becoming more of a leader, I would say, for Inter.
Pete, do you think, excuse me, Marco, do you think Miranda's going to be punished a little bit for the fact that he did some sloppy work on the field?
I mean, not necessarily banished, but he already has lost his starting
Punished or
position.
banished?
Not banished. I said
Meaning
Punished.
punished.
Yeah, okay. I didn't
Oh, I
know.
think it meant like a suspension or something.
No, but
okay, that's what I was
put him,
thinking.
he'll be benched for a little while, or maybe.
Oh, he's-
You don't give him lunch for a few weeks.
Yeah.
He already
Yeah.
banished.
banished. I said,
Vanda.
You said
Banned.
banished, but punished.
Hey, you're about to say it.
I said banished. I didn't say banished. I said banished.
Vanda.
One. Maybe it's the microphone that is.
It sounds like
That was so bad.
Or maybe we'll talk to Wanda to find out what she thinks about him. Alright.
She's on Tiki Taka.
Tiki Taka? Oh, what's that?
She's gotta
Another
be out
TV
here.
show? Oh, yeah?
TV show, yeah.
We gotta bring her on here.
What does she do at Tiki Taka?
She's
She's what?
commentator.
Oh, commentator.
Yeah.
I thought she was dancing. Alright, so what's the next game?
Wait,
What
we're
we
gonna
have?
say
Oh,
something?
you don't want me to answer
No,
your
no,
question?
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, Miranda already lost his position. De Vrij and Skriniar look like they're going to be the starting center backs, and they have been, and they're both young enough. Skriniar's a 95, De Vrij is a 92, so 26 and
I like
22.
Miranda.
Miranda's a nice man too,
Yeah.
though.
But that's why you need to have Miranda in there.
that's
You,
good.
Yeah, I
when
know,
you're
I
a
know,
team
I
in,
know.
in Champions League and Serie A, you have to have,
That's why it's
a lot
good
of
for
defenders.
Zlatan, for Cutrone to learn. You learn a ton from him. No,
But if we talk about Cassano, we would say yes.
Yeah,
Anyway, last thing about Inter, it was pretty funny. You guys don't know. Somebody was messaging De Vrij, and De Vrij actually, he's got a thing that he always replies to people. So they asked, he replied to somebody, and then the person was like, okay, let me message him again. And he said, how's it feel to be the best defender in the league? And he said, I don't know, ask Skriniar.
let me tell you about
That
this.
hurts.
No,
hurts.
it's not
No,
hurts.
wait,
He's trying to
give him
get
a
props.
I know, but he's, Skriniar is supposed to be the best Inter defender. So
That's what he said.
He is.
Yeah.
He
don't
finds
like
controversy.
You don't like Skriniar.
I like him.
You
He's
don't
a
think he's
beast.
the
I
best
think-
defender in Serie A right now?
Not really the best defender.
Romagnoli or
I
Skriniar?
think it's
That's a good one,
right
bro.
now. It's
Top
you
three.
got to look at Chiellini,
Koulibaly.
Koulibaly, and
Manolas.
Skriniar. Those are
What
your
about
three
Romagnoli?
defenders right now? Romagnoli still
Romagnoli's
hasn't
on top
done.
over there.
What about Manolas?
Manolas, I don't know about Manolas.
If you're a foreigner, it's always tougher. I just want to throw that out there.
What do you mean? We're talking about
Skriniar,
Koulibaly
Koulibaly.
and
I'm messing
Skriniar.
around. I'm messing around.
Let's
I
go.
don't know, Mike, I think you might have to change team now.
Let's go. Juventus 2-0 over Udinese. Pretty straightforward, if we're being honest. Cristiano Ronaldo got on the score sheet.
Nice goal.
We obviously know that there's so much going around right now in the media, all these allegations and a lot of things behind him. But obviously everything's just allegations, and we're not going to really bring it up until
It's
a
just
final
rumors.
verdict
Yeah, exactly.
comes out, because I think that's the only fair thing to do. But anyway, Juventus, this is the most wins in the history in a row for Juventus. more than Capello, more than
Trapattoni.
Trapattoni, more than Lippi, more than any other Juventus coach. He's got 10 wins in a row.
From the start of the season.
From the start of the season,
consecutively.
including everything. 8
Incredible.
in Serie A and 10 and 2 in Champions League, so 10 total in a row. And there's a few records to break. I think that Bayern and Real Madrid have had like 11 or 12, 13, around that range for most wins in a row. And they look like a machine. Like,
who they're going to be playing the next 2 games, Juventus in Serie A? Let's see. What's
I'll
the
check right
schedule?
now.
Maybe
They
the
play
record is gonna
they
be
play
broken.
Genoa, so
Oh.
Piontek, and
boy,
Be careful.
and then they play Empoli.
Other than the Champions
I mean,
Crazy
we
game.
got your boy Mourinho in the Champions League.
Champions
Crazy
League, Man United, yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
Who scored? Oh, let me say also about Juventus and Udinese. Number one, Cancelo just every week
He's
is
incredible.
proving why he's one of the best right backs in the
Peter's
world.
still
Honestly,
hitting his head against the wall.
honestly, defensively, attacking
I
wise,
should have kept that guy.
we
Couldn't.
talked
Financial
about.
fair play.
Anyway,
He would've stayed too.
he gave that assist to Bentancur, who 21 years old. He was in tears after he scored because he dedicated the goal to his mom. It was his first goal for Juventus. I think only his second or third in his career because he's a midfielder. His mom passed away a while. I don't think this is anything recent. But he said my mom was watching me from above, so I went over and celebrated it. It was a good moment for Bentancur, a guy who's probably criticized a lot more than he deserves, considering how young he is, 21, and Allegri puts him in a lot, especially last year in the Champions League, more than I liked. But he's getting experience. Juventus they're a machine. Everybody's close to coming back. Everything's working. And I want to see if they're able to break those records. They got, in Serie A, they have to beat 9. They're at 8. They have to beat Capello's 9. And then they have to beat Rudy Garcia, Roma. I didn't remember this. 13 wins in a row he had for Roma in Serie A.
Gosh.
2013.
What an obstacle.
Very surprised. For some reason, I don't remember that. But those are the 2 highest right now. And,
Yeah, Rudy Garcia was never afraid to play Totti, not like Spalletti. He benched Totti for the full season.
Anybody have anything to comment about Juventus and Udinese?
No, I mean, once again, you can see the timing of Allegri. He makes everybody plays. When you think that Dybala sits on the bench for 2-3 games, he puts him in, the guy scores 3 goals. Bentancur doesn't start for many games, he puts him in, the guy scores a goal. This guy Cancelo is unbelievable. He's a fullback, but he's got feet of a midfielder who gives you the last pass, beautiful last pass. Everything is right now is clicking for Juventus. Is there anything that you could criticize about Juventus at this point?
If they can keep it up.
From the defense, from the goalkeeper to the defense to the midfielders.
I mean, Szczesny hasn't really been tested.
That's true.
The team is doing very well.
But isn't this going to build up the pressure down the line because of?
You have to live on it. You have to live and thrive on pressure. That's life. That's everything.
Juventus,
if you want to be a big team, come
Juventus players, they're used to the pressure.
Well, but
They've made
now, listen, Pete, anything short of winning the Champions League will be a failure.
You said that Inter's going to win the Champions League.
Well, I want Inter, Juventus, both of them to play the final.
Hey, Ronaldo, first 8 Serie A games, 4 goals and 4 assists. So I know that he had like a difficult moment to get into the Serie A. He struggled, a little bit.
But he's breaking up.
Yeah, but he's definitely breaking in. And then of course, against Manchester United, that's going to be the real test.
Oh, yeah.
Manchester
What
United.
test? Come on, it's not even a test against Mourinho. Mourinho is almost out. Is he still the coach of Manchester United?
Hey, he won that game. We were texting in the group
From
message
2-0
when he won
down.
it.
Hey, and I'm
3-2.
telling you, I was hoping for them even to keep it a tie game.
No, I want them to win. I want
But you know
Mourinho to
what?
stay.
I have news for you. It might not start the next to be the coach for the next game. Of
No,
Manchester United.
come
I'm
on.
telling you.
They're not
They
going
were
to stop
saying it
him.
before.
They're not
They were
gonna
saying
stop-
that
no,
before
they're
the
not
game.
gonna stop.
Listen, they
actually.
called
Not now.
They called Zidane.
Zidane doesn't want to coach.
Doesn't want to
He
coach.
doesn't want to coach.
Conte's waiting on the side.
Maybe
Oh,
Conte.
maybe Ventura could go.
Is Ventura better than Mourinho?
Anybody's better than Mourinho. Even Ventura, unfortunately. I have to say that.
Unfortunately.
I don't think we could even give him that credit.
Yeah.
Anybody else about Juventus, Ronaldo? Nothing?
I think
Good.
just going over what Gaetano says, whoever Allegri wants to put in, he's able to put in because they're all top level players. So I mean, he's able to manage the players, get the most out of them. When whoever's come in, they've given everything. Even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, they play all that they got. I mean, even with all the controversy going on, they're still able to put in a good performance and win. They're used to the pressure. They've been deep in the Champions League, and Serie A they won in the past 7 years. So
talking about pressure, we haven't seen yet Dybala and Ronaldo team up. Okay, so we're still waiting. We're still waiting for that.
Ribala.
Banda.
Ribala.
Robala, huh?
What was I gonna say about them? Oh, there's a lot of talk. I know that in Italy, the newspapers, a lot of the pundits, they're comparing the Juventus already with teams who have done it all, who have won the Champions League, who have won the treble, who have done all this. But Juventus still hasn't done anything like. It's the beginning of the season. They also need to prove that throughout a whole season. A few years ago, they were in like 9th place in the Serie A at this point. So. And then they turned it around and ended up winning a Scudetto and going to the finals of the Champions League. So at the end of the day, they'll be you're always burdened by if you win or if you don't win. So they're gonna need to prove that they have to keep winning. But I think the defense looks good, the midfield looks better, and the attack is obviously incredible. Napoli, Sassuolo, 2-0. Who scored, Mike? Who scored for Napoli? Our boy, Insigne. Come on, Insigne. Unas's first goal.
Unas got a sick goal. He pressured. They made him make a mistake. He bounced it off his chest and he just half volleyed it in.
But more importantly, Insigne, because and now listen, I'm gonna say from the time that Insigne scored. After Insigne scored.
I'm not sure. No, I don't think that's
He plays for PSG. No, it comes time. The guy doesn't want to play for the Italian national team.
Antonio, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk an hour about that.
Something personal with Peter.
We all heard it.
We have the mic. You better cut that out.
Before Barcelona's game, this is before Barcelona's game, before PSG's game. But at that moment when he scored, Insigne had more league goals than Messi, Bale, Aguero, Kane, Lukaku, Aubameyang, Salah, Mane, Cavani, Mbappe, Suarez, Griezmann, Lewandowski, and Ronaldo. To my knowledge, Messi, I think he's level with now, and Mbappe, he might have been more because I think he scored like 4 goals.
Mbappe scored 4 goals.
He has 8 goals now.
You hear that? We talk a lot about these other players, but Insigne is doing pretty well this season, no?
I wanted to see him do very well.
What a great goal. Yeah, everyone would say, like, a la Del Piero.
Yeah.
In foot.
And Ancelotti rotated. It was Mertens, it was Unas, and it was Verdi that started. Then Insigne came on afterwards. So look, it's showing he's switching players. He's getting maximum points in each game.
It was a beautiful goal. He didn't even start.
That's what I'm saying. He came in as a sub.
And then,
you think that Sarri would have done that, Pete? Keep Insigne on the bench?
Most likely not.
The guy never sat him down for 1 minute.
Poor guy, worked him to death.
After 10 years,
when Milik was healthy, he was rotating with Mertens, Insigne, stuff like that. But then once Milik went down, he didn't really have a second striker to.
He's a great addition, Milik.
So,
I love Milik.
And then also Verdi.
He's very smart.
Verdi is a good player.
Was he a part of the squad that
he started
with Mancini?
Oh
yeah, he's there.
Okay, good.
We'll go through the team real quick. Roma won 2-0 over Empoli. We didn't talk about it yet. Dzeko obviously scored. Trying to think what other storyline there really was.
There was a storyline.
Zonzi too. Right?
And Zonzi, yeah, they scored his first goal.
Parma beat Genoa 3-1. No Gervinho there, but Genoa. Well,
I thought you said you had something interesting with Empoli.
Empoli Roma.
Yeah, I thought we were saying.
I was saying a new storyline.
Oh,
were you gonna say
I didn't know if anybody had anything to say about Empoli Roma. Anything? I don't remember that much, to be honest.
I mean, it was just an average game. Empoli Roma.
Besides Nzonzi, I don't remember.
Zonzi's
Anything
first
else?
goal.
No, right? Sorry, Mike.
They also got injured.
I think Dzeko's 1 goal away from tying the next goal scorer at Roma. So he's very close. 2 more goals and he'll be above him. Anyway, Mike, tell us.
I was going to say Parma beat Genoa, but Genoa scored the first one. I think he scored 3 goals. But Piontek, the Polish bomber, is scoring every single game. He has a crazy stat. So right now in the league, he played 7 league games. He has 9 goals. And he's the first player to score in the opening 7 Serie A matches since Bobo Vieri, over like almost 15 years ago or something like that.
Might I remind you that this is 13 goals in 8 games in all competitions.
In all competitions. Too. So this guy is scoring every single game, and he's got to be. Who is the record he has to be?
I think Batistuta is the next one.
Batistuta.
I think he's the next
I think it's for 11 games.
Yeah, 11 games
and
in a row.
And now the real competition is they play Juventus next. And my question is is he gonna score against Juventus?
Of course.
It's going to be the first game. I'm sorry. Yeah, the first game he's not going to score.
I said he's gonna score.
But,
I think he's gonna score.
I
But
think he's gonna
talking about this Piatek, I mean, the guy is very good inside the area.
Incredible.
And this guy, he can score with the left, he can score with the right, and he can score with the header. He moves away from the defender. He's very smart. He has a way which is not easy when you're inside the area and there's not that much space, but he finds the space to be away from the
And
defender.
he
So
screams for the ball.
I enjoy
too.
his
very,
aggressiveness.
very smart.
I like a striker who wants to score. Like I disagree with you that you say Zlatan is what'd you call Zlatan?
It's a ball hacker.
A ball. I like a striker that's like, no, this is my ball. I want to score. Let's do this. He knows what he has to do and he puts the ball away. Piontek is fantastic. Everybody's picking up on him now.
So Boniek had suggested this player to the Italian teams. I guess Genoa, Boniek, for the people that don't know,
Ex-Roma Juve.
ex-Juve player he played with Platini and then he played in Roma and now is I believe is the director of sports for Poland.
Yeah.
So he had suggested this player, but I guess Genoa was the one that believed in him. And they bought him for 4 million,
4.5 million.
4.5
Crazy.
million euros.
And Marco
How much is he worth now?
Oh, man.
In today's market, these guys will call him 45 million.
At least 20, 30 million euros.
Hey, listen, Inter has a good track record with grabbing strikers from
With
Genoa.
Genoa, yeah. They got Icardi from
You guys are
Sampdoria.
underneath the table. They
Icardi
always
from
small.
Sampdoria. They have something going on over there.
Milito.
Milito, that's the one I remember.
Palacio, you're right.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
boy,
Pandas.
this-
I looked at
blowing over
Pete. Get this guy here. Yeah.
You want him at Milan?
He's gonna
We got
put-
Cutrone.
He's gonna put Icardi on the bench, that guy, right?
No.
Oh.
Now if Wanda is still around.
Genoa, Parma. Antonio was the only one that took
Parma.
Parma.
What do you like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
but why did you pick Parma?
Because I like what's his name, the little guy.
Gervinho?
Gervinho, yeah.
He wasn't playing.
I know. this is one victim.
That's what you were going for.
No, but I was surprised that Genoa lost at home. They've actually had a really good home
I know.
record. Piontek scored the first goal. He had a second goal taken away
Right.
by this much goal line technology.
Literally, yeah, I forgot to mention that. Millimeters.
Millimeters. So
But
he
the
could have had
stat-
two
the
goals.
stat says Genoa took 25 shots on goal. That's
Yeah, but one goal.
Parma, they got a nice little team there, and they haven't put. Gervinho didn't play.
Biabiani.
Parma's great.
Still hasn't played.
Bibiani too, Biabiani.
Biabiani
Biabiani.
hasn't been
that
playing.
was
So,
Inter player, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
so
He's gone back and forth between Inter and Parma a few
He's so
times.
fast, that guy as well.
Oh yeah, as far
But
as
they're not
speed.
doing it yet. They're not even all playing yet.
Yeah.
Can you
together.
imagine all of them? Scudetto time, right? Triplete, hand it over, right?
Oh,
Absolutely.
they got it. They got it.
You said that Inter's gonna win triplete. You say Juventus. You say Parma.
You guys can win everything you want, okay?
But only one winner at the end.
It's okay. It's gonna be us.
But it's nice. It's nice to see Parma storied
Absolutely.
team.
Absolutely.
In the '90s, they were one of the powerhouses.
Yeah.
Crespo. I mean, they had a really good players.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Gaetano has something to do there.
Lazio Fiorentina. Lazio won 1-0. It was Immobile again, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, I could just say that it was Immobile.
I could just guess.
And I have a
If they won.
90% chance that it's
Good
gonna-
job by Lazio because they were coming from
Yeah.
the defeat in the derby and the
And-
defeat in the European League to come back against Fiorentina, which we spoke about. Fiorentina is the nice young team who's playing very good, not on Sunday, but
they
they've
didn't play
been
well.
playing very good soccer. So to come out and good performance by Lazio.
Yeah. But
Mike-
in the end,
Mike-
Chiesa had a
Goals.
couple of chances to
Oh, yeah.
do damage from the wing.
Yeah.
Didn't
and
do it.
Simeone did not,
I know. I wasn't that impressed with
no.
with the
They-
match overall.
They're a young
either.
team.
Hey, let's talk about the national team.
Yeah.
If you want to say the last two games that we didn't talk about, Cagliari, they won, and Torino they won against Frosinone.
3-2.
Even though it was Frosinone scored 2 goals in Serie A. I think they only scored 1 goal in the last 7 games. So they scored 2 goals, and Torino, well, they pulled it through.
Yeah. Mike, you got the call-ups?
I actually do, yeah, let me say, okay, guys, keep your ears open because there's going to be a lot of names over here. So going first, they have 4 goalkeepers. There's Donnarumma, Perin, Sirigu, and Granio from Cagliari. Defenders, Bonucci, Biraghi, Criscito, Chiellini, D'Ambrosio, Emerson, Romagnoli, Florenzi, and Acerbi, which is a nice one. Midfielders, Barella, Bonaventura, Verratti, Bernardeschi, Jorginho, Gagliardini, and Pellegrini. And for the forwards, Giovinco, Caprari, Berardi, Cutrone, Chiesa, Immobile, Insigne, and Simone Zaza.
Wow, Giovinco is back.
Giovinco is back,
This has been the biggest, I think, after Balotelli, where everyone wanted Balotelli back, I think Giovinco was like that #1 guy that everyone wanted back.
Let me just say,
Wait, keep going. Go, say what you're going to say. What are you going to say?
I'm turn it off. I'll say it when
Anyway, Giovinco was the guy that everyone wanted back, and he's finally back. He even walked into he posted a video that he's in Toronto. And, you know, Toronto is very famous for having some of the most Italians outside of Italy, and they were applauding him and playing the Italian national anthem as he walked inside the barbershop. What were you going to say, Mike?
I was actually going to say before the camera turned off, Giovinco's agent actually said when he was called up and stuff, Andrea D'Amico, he said Ventura told me that MLS was too easy for Giovinco, which why he didn't get called up. But then again, he's the one that didn't take Italy to the World Cup because we lost to Sweden. So it's a little jab to little Ventura.
By the way, Andrea D'Amico liked that too.
Oh, you like that's right. Good call.
Do you think he's going to be starting Giovinco? Yes or no?
Why not?
Yes or no?
I would.
Yeah, let him.
What about Verratti? What do you think about this Verratti? I want to see Verratti just leave a mark for this Italian national team because he has not established himself at all.
Wait, we'll talk about Giovinco.
I know. Well, let's
okay, say.
I think Verratti, I wanted to see him and Insigne for the first time. I want to see them establish themselves like a very good player, like the foundation that you want to build.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And Giovinco at the same time. Giovinco is almost at the end of his career, but Giovinco, I mean, not at the end. It's close.
No. I wasn't saying to that. I think that Verratti, I really wanted to see as become a pillar, not so much Giovinco.
We do not have a clear identity in the Italian national team right now. We do not have a foundation, so that's what I wanted to see this. Verratti, I wanted to see Insigne, and I wanted to see a couple other players. Donnarumma is going to be the foundation because we all know what is capable.
Or Perin.
How about Perin?
Or Perin.
No, Perin, I don't think it's.
I would like to see. I would like to see the 4-2-3-1 and the 3. I would like to see Insigne, Bernardeschi, and Giovinco. And one in front.
Who's playing behind the other two?
Jorginho is going to be one of them, and then you can put whoever you want. You can put Verratti. You can put the Gagliardini. You can put the 4-2. It could be that. But I would like to see those 3 and the forward in front.
I feel like a little bit of a hater.
Pellegrini is doing well. Pellegrini is doing well.
Really well. Yeah, I would too. I definitely would.
But Pellegrini,
defensive responsibility.
probably Pellegrini a little bit more.
Offensive player.
Yeah, a little bit more forward.
What I was gonna say about Giovinco is I feel like I wasn't the craziest to see Giovinco. I feel like that the call is like 2 years too late. I felt like 2 years ago, he really deserved a call-up when he first got into MLS. I'm all about, at first I was like, listen, don't give Giovinco a call, right? 2 years ago, I was like, listen, he's MLS. But at the end of the day, it's not like you're calling this guy and it's set in stone. You let the guy train, you let him practice. If he's not good, that's it. You just send him home.
Exactly.
What's the harm in bringing him and calling him up? If the MLS is not good, you'll see.
Called Pirlo too.
What? Wait, what?
Now, back then, when we lost against Sweden, he should have had Pirlo in the Italian national team.
Then he retired.
Pirlo retired.
Doesn't matter.
Listen
Listen to me. No. We're talking about before he retired.
We should bring Bobo Vieri back too.
Listen, with a bunch of losers that he had over there, come on. I can.
At Bay 8, they would have been in that team.
Absolutely. See, no, let's see what happened with this couple games that we can have because if nothing just comes out like a solid.
Hey, listen,
Giovinco definitely I think deserved the call up just to have a chance.
Exactly, I agree. Everyone on a fair playing ground.
We get to see him being in the United States. We get to see him a little bit more often than maybe Italian people.
I see him a
lot. He's been out of Italy for a while now, but he's always scored. He's one of the top players in MLS. We're not talking about a player that's just faded,
joking around.
He's scoring goals. He gets the assists. He's got a great
I have a
quality.
good point with you, Pete. Why there is not an Italian team that is interested in bringing Jovinko back from?
I don't think he wants to.
I don't think he wants
This
to.
guy's
making $10 million.
He
making
was
$10 million
before
a
Pelé
year.
and Eder. He was the highest paid Italian, and he said, "Listen, my kids, they get to learn English over there." He said, "I get to walk around. Nobody annoys me." He loves it in Canada. Look, they applaud him when he goes to the barber
They have a big
shop.
Italian, what do you call it?
yeah.
A community.
Yeah, he loves it there.
And
Okay,
then
guys, before
going
we-
back
go
to
ahead.
Verratti, like you said, hasn't really proved anything, but he's one of Italy's best midfielders
Yeah,
right now.
On the paper.
Yeah, Balotelli's not there.
And PSG's always proven himself. So it'll be interesting to see the Pescara connection with
The three of
Zeman.
them.
Yeah.
With the three of them.
Immobile, Insigne, Verratti.
One thing we gotta say too. Two things. Balotelli was left off.
Yeah.
If it was fitness problems, probably
This
was. But the other guy that everyone was mad about when Jovinko scored up was Politano. What do you guys think about that?
And Belotti too, just throwing that.
Belotti,
Belotti,
also
come
was-
on.
But he wasn't informed.
The
Belotti-
reason why is
He's not
because
informed.
he said
Politano's
Balotelli
more informed.
and Belotti, fitness-wise, they're not informed.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he has all the
That's-
times to call him up. Right now, he's keeping
But
him.
Politano, he's been
what do you-
playing so
Look
well.
what happened at Bellotti. The guy was worth $100 million.
And
What's he
that
worth
guy-
now?
Yeah.
Not even worth a panino,
What is
no.
he worth now? Come on.
Not even lunch.
No, we're not
right?
talking about Belotti. We're talking about Politano.
Politano.
I think
But
Politano
Belotti-
is not ready for the national team.
You don't.
No,
what do you mean?
absolutely not.
I
Absolutely.
think he
not right.
Look at
deserves.
half
I
these
think he
players.
deserves.
No, Pete.
He deserved the
He
call up at
definitely
least.
deserved it for his hard work. That
I would have thought a call up.
Call up.
I would have
I'm
thought
not
a
saying
call
to
up.
start, but call up because
100%,
he's called up. Who did he call up? Zaniolo? Did he call up Zaniolo this time?
No, I don't
No.
think
Last time
Yeah,
he called up
you told me.
Zaniolo.
Yeah.
The guy didn't even have one game yet, and he got called up.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Politano wasn't there. Not that I'm the biggest fan of Politano.
But he has a lot of wings on the
Yeah.
Yeah, Jovinko, Caprari.
Yeah.
Caprari.
Since
Bernardeschi.
Come on. Caprari over
Do you want to
Politano.
say
Insigne.
anything nice about Castano? Castano is going to be played for Entella.
You handle it.
That's
You
fine.
handle it.
Okay, I'll handle that. So my friend Castano,
I'll handle
Your
that.
friend
do right
Castano.
now, all he wants to do right now is starting to teach the young kids of Entella. This is a new team next to next door to his house where he works. He works out of
I
there.
gotta
So
get off this
he
bus.
decided to train with them and spend some time on the team. So he's going to wind up just playing and showcase again his skills and his talent. So hopefully one of the young kids is going to pick up what he's capable to do and is going to become the next Cassano of the future.
You know what I think? I think he didn't want to sign him for a gym membership, so he was like, "Let me train with these
Ah,
guys.
yeah,
I'll get
okay.
a little run or something."
You know, listen, he said something pretty funny. My dad's gonna like this one.
What
He
did he
said
say?
they asked him how his kids are doing, if they like
Oh, yeah,
sports,
that's funny.
and they said, how does he like sports? He's like, oh, they love football. He goes, but I want them to like tennis. And I said, what do you mean like tennis? He goes, yeah, like living up to becoming as good as your dad is almost impossible. He goes, you're gonna have to be Messi to do that. So it's very hard.
Which is the truth.
You better change
It's
sports.
just
Yeah.
Antonio
Change
and
sports.
Cassano's
Oh,
world,
yeah,
and we're just living in
absolutely.
it. More importantly than Cassano, Acerbi got his call
There
up
we go, yeah.
back to the national team. A guy who's been on an insane journey. For those that don't know, 2013 he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He beat it over that summer.
Testicular.
I think it was prostate cancer. And then in December, he was diagnosed a second time with cancer. And
Wow.
again, he beat it. And now he returns to the national team. So an incredible story of a fighter. Number one, also going for Lazio this season. I thought that he's been very, very good.
Yeah.
And he's helped that defense where De Vrij left off. And now to be called back to the national team, I thought that was a great storyline. And a guy that we always supported because, listen, when you go through that,
Two-time cancer survivor.
it's unbelievable.
He's a warrior.
He also, during Frankfurt, that was a big storyline that we missed. They
that's
have,
right.
I think their midfielder or defender, Marco Russ, he also had cancer and he beat it, and they swapped jerseys at the end of the match. So it was that was the only good thing from that match. Other than that, what else were we going to say?
Any questions?
Oh, Berlusconi's Monza. Did you guys see Berlusconi bought a team?
Yeah.
This guy.
Together or
Him-
just
No, them two together.
Monza.
This guy said, I want none of my players to have tattoos, to have beards, to have
Piercings.
earrings, nothing.
It's about time.
He's
about time.
He's
And guys, we showed a
Antonio,
picture.
you're ready to play, right?
We showed a picture of Moscardelli, who would never have a chance on his team.
Moscardelli liked it too.
Oh, yeah, he liked it too. That's right.
Yeah, Antonio, I think you're the only person that fits that bill.
Yeah, I think Monza's gonna play with 6 players.
Half of the youth of
Oh,
only
and
have
he
tattoos.
said he wants them Italian too. He said I want
They
them
have to be
Italian.
all Italian.
Antonio.
No beard.
No
No
manolas.
beard,
No
piercing,
earrings.
no tattoos, no earrings.
No tattoo.
But wants them young.
Clean cut.
Shit.
Listen, I have 2 kids. I have to be honest with you. I told them if any one of you comes home with one tattoo, one time I'm going to be locking you out and you're not coming back into the house anymore. Okay?
Oh boy.
They
Anyway,
don't have him hidden, do they?
I guess he doesn't want El Shaarawy to be on his.
El Shaarawy?
To say the least.
What a waste. What a waste.
What else?
I was gonna say, I was gonna throw a question.
Yeah, throw a question.
Antonio, we're gonna say something.
You got the
about
question?
that one, or
Go
no?
ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say this is actually a good one. Could we see Icardi at Inter for the rest of his career? This is a deep one.
Can we see Cardi?
For the rest of his career, stay at Inter.
I can see that.
I can see that too.
In today's day and age, you never know what's going to happen in football. There's too much money going around. There's a lot of, not lack of loyalty, but I think that players just are really, their desire to go to other places. They like to test out the Premier League.
Give us a guess, though.
I mean, even I think Pirlo said that he wanted to go. He wanted to go to Premier League. A lot of players that you would. I mean, Pirlo's one that traveled a lot, but I'm saying there was somebody who said that they also wanted to play in the Premier League and play in different leagues. So I think it's tough to tell. I would say no. I would say that he's not going to stay there.
But right now is the franchise of our Inter.
Not that he's leaving next year. I'm just saying.
in the future.
I mean, listen. If you ask Miguel, a Real Madrid friend, this is the only guy he's talking about. He wants him.
He wants Icardi?
Because Benzema's not scoring. They haven't gone 4 games without scoring. They want Icardi. But yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I think.
Last question, Mike.
Okay, we'll
Last
throw
question,
one
go.
more in there. Do you guys see any other teams? Well, we'll make this more interesting. Do you see Napoli now challenging Juventus for the Scudetto? I'm gonna change my mind. In the beginning, I was gonna say no, but now I actually say yes. Napoli have proved
Every
me
week
wrong.
you change your
No, but
mind.
I'm saying, he's
We're
looking
gonna go
good.
next week. You're gonna say no. They
do
win
you
this
think?
week. No, this weekend. Yo, a season is long. We're
So you
8
think
games,
so?
7 games in, 8 games in.
Over already.
Oh,
Okay, according to Marco, Juventus has won the Champions,
I-
the Coppa
according to
Italia,
Marco,
the Campionato.
I think we won nothing.
Aye.
I just want the Berlusconi Cup.
Well, you guys agree or no?
What?
You guys agree on that or what?
One more.
Come on.
Hold on.
Wait, answer the question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you. gotta
Can
answer
Napoli win the
question.
Scudetto?
No, I don't think so. I
Oh.
can see Inter winning the Scudetto.
Oh, listen, Inter's
Sorry.
only 2 points away from Napoli.
That's what I'm
so-
saying. That's why I
You still,
No, but the
do you
point
still
is-
stand by your prediction of Inter winning the Scudetto?
I mean, the Juventus right now is just too.
I
Too
think
good.
for the Italian, for Serie A, there's no competition.
Yeah.
The competition is going to be in Champions League.
It's from 2 to 20. It's a great league.
I don't agree.
Juventus is taking it.
I don't agree.
Unless something changes.
I don't
But right now, the way Juventus has been playing,
I
I
don't
don't see a team that can compete.
Last thing. The Ballon d'Or, they gave the Ballon d'Or, Mandzukic and Ronaldo are the representatives for Serie A, but also the kids. They named it something different now. I don't know, Coppa Trophy, Real Madrid player. The players who are nominated: Donnarumma, Iwar, I don't know this guy, Arnold, Doan, Mbappe, Cutrone, Pulisic, Kluivert, Rodrigo, and Haidara. I don't know a few of these guys to say.
But
the
this
first.
is U21.
Yeah, it's a Ballon d'Or for U21.
Oh,
but
there's no competition there.
yeah, I know. That's the
There's no
thing.
competition.
If you take Mbappe out, it would
Who's
be
second
interesting.
place? Yeah, who would be second
If-
place?
but Mbappe's too good.
Mbappe is
The only thing is, no,
Mbappe, what about Donnarumma? What about Cutrone?
they're not on the same
but
level.
Just because he won with the France.
That's not the only reason. Mbappe is much better.
Well, Mbappe runs what, 200 miles an hour, and Cutrone right. It doesn't matter how fast you run. It's
As
just
long as you get
How about the goal
who you
scorer?
are.
Yeah, I don't think we're talking about the speed of him. I think that we're just saying overall. Mbappe. We agree that Mbappe's going to win this.
Mbappe, he won the World Cup. The guy scored unbelievable goals. He ran for 70 yards. I mean,
But I'm
It's
talking
also-
about
and
if Ventura called
at
him
the
up,
highest level.
you can't play if Ventura doesn't call you up, right, Antonio? So
You're
what-
right.
So what
You're
are
right,
you gonna do?
Mike.
But also nice Donnarumma. Kluivert is a little bit of a. There's a few question marks.
I mean, I don't think the goalkeepers should be in the same league with Mbappe. Goalkeeper,
no, sure. They're never gonna win.
Yeah, goalkeeper.
They
Yeah,
can say the
Never
same thing
gonna
with
win.
Ballon d'Or. It's
Just,
so
just to
hard.
be nominated is good enough.
Yeah.
As far
yeah.
as
I
that.
think there should be a
Donnarumma-
different for the goalkeepers. It should be
So,
a trophy
that's
for
it.
them.
our next game is what? The Italian national team against who?
Who we playing, Mike?
Poland is
Ukraine,
one, right?
Ukraine,
Poland.
and then Poland.
Okay.
So Sunday is Ukraine and then Poland.
No, the first game is Ukraine and then Poland, but I don't think it's Sunday, the game. I think it's before Sunday.
Wednesday and then
Yeah.
By the way, last week, I gotta say this. I know you guys don't.
It's Wednesday.
We don't want to say this.
Wednesday, Ukraine.
Yeah,
But-
Wednesday Ukraine, and then Sunday I think it's
Oh,
Poland.
then Sunday against Poland.
Last week we predicted all the games,
Oh boy.
and Antonio won. He got the most answers correct. So congratulations,
Thank you.
Antonio.
Thank you.
What's my award?
What are you talking about? What are we talking about?
I did. I made most of the prediction. Then he went over there. He changed the schedule. He went up on first place. Yeah. Okay.
My dad
Just for
got
the record,
Don't say it.
Say it.
God, please
just
don't
for
say
the
it.
record,
Say it.
Marco, Antonio, and Mike got 9 points.
Oh, man. I feel
Peter
like
got
I'm
10
losing.
points, and I got 12
Peter, you
points.
happy there? You're not your head
Second
like.
place, Champions League.
In that case, we all make champ. What is that? Oh, fine.
We gotta fight it out. Yeah, you're Europa League. Come on, you're Milan over there.
Well, you guys-
Is Milan in Europa League?
Yeah.
He's Roma and Juve. Where's
Okay.
Milan?
Alright, don't worry about Roma and Juve. Okay, guys, you see what's going on over here? This is the reasons why we're doing this. We're doing for you guys again. Just come here, keep watching it, keep rating it. This podcast very high.
How many stars? 2 stars?
No, 20.
20, there we
20
go.
stars, put 20 stars.
5
Everything
stars.
that we do, we could have been in bed right now watching the Yankees losing or watch something else. We're here fighting for everybody like you, because you are the main reasons why we're sitting around over here. We want your opinion. We want you to text us, to send us email. What else?
Facebook, right?
Facebook,
MySpace.
Spotify,
Everything.
FaceTime or FaceTime, whatever.
FaceTime.
Space
Yeah.
Jam, anything you want.
Antonio's making stuff up. Just send us messages.
Just send us messages over here and we'll take care of you. Your voice is going to be heard at all the time and you'll be number 1 into this podcast. Is that right?
No, but if they send us a message, we're
We
not
have a
gonna
lot
read
of
it.
questions.
We're going to
from
read
them,
it.
or
You
no?
definitely
We're not gonna
read
read it.
Okay. And so if
You're
you're
gonna
Antonio's gonna read
I'm
it.
going to read the message.
Antonio's gonna read it. We're not
promise
gonna
you
read
guys.
Anything else?
Ask questions.
We need more questions.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a question?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm
no,
saying
no, in the
for the
future.
future. For the
Yeah, a
future.
couple more.
In the
Yeah,
future.
ask
Okay,
questions.
just shoot one more. Let's see what you
Oh,
have over there.
boy.
Shoot one more. Just
A good
I
question.
popped out of it.
you popped
Oh
out.
Okay.
boy.
Okay.
Let me look.
None of Mano last, please.
Okay.
Okay, the gif that you chose for this is hilarious. We already.
There's one. Would you change Milan's formation to a 4-4-2 with Higuain and Cutrone up front? Antonio, I want to say this because you were talking about it.
I would say yes.
I say no. It's working right now. Don't fix
I'll
something
say
that's
yes.
not working.
Definitely. Cutrone and Higuain can play together. Definitely.
That's it.
Yes.
Peter,
I mean, it's a possibility, but they don't need to right now.
Mhm.
They've been
why
playing
mess
the
with
best.
it, right?
Yeah.
We hit every question. I went through everything. We hit every topic.
For the rest
Okay,
of the
go ahead.
podcast.
Close it up.
Let's go. As always, thank you guys for watching. Rate the podcast. Subscribe if you're watching on
And guys,
YouTube.
check out those
Leave a
pumpkins.
like. Oh yeah, we were sent these pumpkins. They're pretty cool. One's our calcio, and one is our IFTV. Also, last thing, we're committed. We got to remember next 2 weeks. We got the bet between Peter and Antonio,
yeah,
who's gonna
that's
wear the
right.
jersey, and then we have to do a Halloween episode. So comment down below who you think everybody is gonna have to dress up as. Peter's already dressed 3 weeks early.
Luciano!
You have been dressed your whole life for this moment.
I'm very dressed up as a Mourinho.
Oh boy.
Listen, by the way, did you see the guys are running the special on the IFTV shirts and the culture shirts?
There's no
or,
special anymore.
No, there's no special anymore. What about the Vasankuro shirts?
There's no special. They're still available, but there's no
Okay,
special.
alright.
Nah, yeah, we'll do
And
another
you gotta comment who Michael, my dad, and I are gonna be. Well, your
Mark,
mono
who are you?
lost.
Mark, who are you?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. They gotta comment. Anyway, as always, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Ciao,
Ciao,
guys.
ragazzi. Yo.
Okay, said man.
This thing.
This is 2 hours.
2 hours? Hey, oh, look, Marco. Marco's ass is raw.
God.
That's why I just got one, right?